Handheld x-rays have been a great innovation for many dental offices because they offer a really flexible solution for diverse workflows. While there are obvious differences between handhelds and traditional wall-mounted and mobile x-rays, there is one often misunderstood difference that may cause an office to make a bad decision when selecting the right modality for their practice or clinic. I'm going to explain what this is and how this can affect your practice. While the handheld x-ray offers great flexibility, one of the challenges occurs because a typical handheld delivers much less energy than a traditional intraoral x-ray. Let me explain why. The main indicator of the difference can be seen in the spec sheet of any x-ray. The place to look is the line that typically refers to the current. The maximum current of a traditional intraoral x-ray is typically around 7 or 8 milliamps, while the current for a handheld x-ray is typically between 2 and 2.5 milliamps. So here's a good analogy for how this x-ray output current can affect both the image quality as well as the ease of use. Imagine you have a bucket that you're filling with water from a faucet. The amount of water required to fill that bucket is like the amount of radiation needed for a dental x-ray to get a high-quality image from a digital sensor. The current spec of the x-ray that we just talked about is like the current of the water coming out of that faucet. If your faucet can provide 8 milliamps of current, that bucket will fill up quickly. If the current coming out is only 2, then it will take you 4 times as long to fill that bucket. So if you are using a digital sensor to capture that x-ray from a handheld, that means either the sensor won't get as much energy, which can result in an underexposed image, or the x-ray source needs to be held in place much longer by the operator to get the same radiation to that sensor. Now there's a further challenge working with the handheld, which has to do with the exposure angle. The sensor feels more of the x-ray's energy if the x-ray beam is well aimed, ideally hitting the sensor surface at a 90-degree angle. However, it's harder for the operator to hold this position with a handheld if they are freehanding it, as opposed to a traditional intraoral x-ray in which the angle can be precisely set and immobilized for the entire exposure. To go back to our bucket analogy, if the x-ray source is not aimed properly, it's as if the faucet is partially missing the bucket, which further reduces the amount of water going in, thereby making an even greater difference in the amount of energy felt by the digital receptor. As mentioned, handheld x-rays can be a very successful and valuable resource for many dental offices. The point of this is that technique actually plays a really important role in making that handheld most effective within that dental practice. However, it's because of these performance differences that we have seen many offices really appreciate a good mobile intraoral x-ray. While it's not as compact as a handheld, it provides the flexibility and mobility advantages of a handheld while also offering the image stability of a traditional wall-mounted intraoral x-ray.